and welcome to another edition of Rob Vlog. Yes, indeedy do. It is a vlog, but I call it Rob Vlog. And thank you so much for joining me on this island day. It's kind of partly sunny, partly cloudy today, and wait 5 minutes and the weather will change. It's just been what our island summer is like this year. It hasn't been a normal summer, whereas usually in June, July, August we get no rainfall, everything is brown, but this year we are getting some rainy days, which is really good because for one thing, the rainy days help keep the number of forest fires down throughout the province of British Columbia. So welcome to this vlog today, and I'm going to show you a few things in the garden again. And what I want to show you is this magnolia tree, which is right here beside me. And I'm going to turn the camera around the other way and show you some items in the garden. But you can see right here is one of the magnolia blossoms. And these are beautiful big blossoms. They have a bit of a lemon scent to them. I'm going to see if I can get down here and show you this other one that's right down here. And here's another blossom. So there's two blossoms out today, one on the other side of the tree, and they have a bit of a scent like a lemon, as I said, a lemony scent when you get up close. So they're beautiful. They're about the size, bigger than a side plate in a dinner set. Not as big as a dinner plate, but about a side plate. And they're just gorgeous. And if I bring it up a little bit closer here, I might be able to show you the inside of the flower. This one hasn't quite opened all the way yet, but anyways, it is a beautiful beautiful tree, one that we planted a year ago, and we had blossoms on this tree last year, and it's just loaded with blossoms this year, and there's a lot of them yet to come. So that's the first thing I want to show you. And what I want to do right now, I want to switch the camera around the other way so I'm able to show you some of the rest of the yard out front and the plants. Okay, folks, so here's the view again of the magnolia. This one is still fairly tight, as you can see, but it will open up. And here's some of the buds, how big they are. You can see compared to the size of my finger. So they really are quite large and all over this lovely magnolia tree. Now we're getting a little bit of sunshine outside again right now. As I said, it's one of those days from cloud to sunshine, and temperature goes up and down too. Here we have a Yucca filamentosa, and you can see this Yucca started way down here and put out this big stalk just a bit before Canada Day, and now the stalk is all the way up here, and flowers will open here at the top of this stalk. It's a wonderful plant. It's one of my favorites in the garden. And of course, it has to kind of stick through the palm fronds that are here as well. And speaking of palms, if I go up to the top here, you can see in this palm tree that it's actually flowering. Okay? And you can see them. So these are the fronds up here, and these are all the berries, the flowers that are coming out on the bottom of the palm tree today. So it's quite remarkable. Now, it has been suggested to me that I cut them off because they're taking a lot of the food, the goodness that the palm needs to be bigger up this way. But I kind of like the way they look, so I'm just kind of leaving them there for now on this Trachycarpus fortunei palm, or Chinese fan palm. And these palms are all throughout the island, the west coast of the mainland, and also you'll see these kind of palms, you know, in places like Greece and throughout France and in parts of the United Kingdom as well. So it's a very popular because it's a very, very hardy palm tree. These palms, you'll even see them in Honolulu as well, on Oahu, as well as the coconut palms that they have there. So it's a very popular and, as I mentioned, very hardy palm to have in your garden. And folks, don't try this in Ontario because it won't work unless you bring the palms in for the winter time. A lot of other plants. This is a double hollyhock which will be coming out soon. We've got quite a few berries on the top. The blossoms coming out. The buds are all waiting to come out on this one. And let me go over here to the front of our garden and show you. We don't have a lot of things popping color yet. We've been a bit delayed this year. This is a buddleia. I've showed you this before, only I showed it to you when it was this big, and now it's way up here. And this will get massive. It will grow up quite tall and will get very wide as well. Hydrangeas, almost starting to come out, probably in the next couple of days. These hydrangea flowers will be coming out, but they're still kind of in between the full bud and being a flower. So I love that hydrangea. Our Asiatic lilies here, we have 50 different varieties on the property, and these ones will be out in a few days as well. I'll just take you along here to the front to show you a few more. This is known as an Indian blanket, and it's a flower. When it comes out, it's all orange and yellow. It'll be out through till November, depending on if we get a cold snap. And a lovely succulent here, and a couple of roses that I just moved in the past week. And they haven't come in bud yet, but they probably had a little bit of a setback, being the fact that I just moved them a few days ago. And as we move along here a bit farther, here's a lilac bush, which was out in flower already, and this huge Shasta daisy, which is just getting ready to bloom. It's massive at the front of our yard. This is a new palm we put in a week or so ago called a Mediterranean fan palm, and it more or less spreads more this way, left and right, than it does up and down. But it will get quite large in this corner. Here's a lovely plant too, which is called a mallow or a hibiscus. It has little flowers about like that, and I'll show you a couple. Bear with me here. I'll show you a couple of flowers on this mallow that's over here, and you can see the flowers that are out. They bloom quite profusely, and you're going to see huge bunches when I do the next video as the mallow comes out in bloom here. Last year this mallow came up, and it came right up and over this fence and down onto the driveway, so it was really quite pretty. And I'll just show you another view here. This is absolutely loaded, this Shasta daisy, and I'm very pleased with the way that it's looking this year, and I'm excited for it to come out. This plant also will still be blooming come October and early November, again depending if we get a bit of a cold snap here on the island in November. But last year these plants were all blooming up past Halloween at the end of October. Here's another view of the magnolia out front, and this is a blossom that's on the other side that it's all just about ready to come out. Not quite yet. And I'm going to go over here and show you in this garden. This is a lupine. These are called terracotta lupines, and we've had 3 or 4 out. We're getting close to the end, although I see another one coming out at the back. These are a gorgeous color, these lupines. And this is going to be a yellow daisy here that will be coming out very soon too. You can see it's starting to open. And it will look quite spectacular here up against our friend, our Easter Island head. He looks a little broody, doesn't he, when you see him here at the edge of the garden. But he looks quite nice. And the final thing I'll show you is a new plant. This is a rose that we are leaving in a pot. And this has bloomed up quite nicely for us. We quite like this one. Not a lot of scent on it, but it's a very pretty rose. And once this particular bunch of flowers fade, I'm going to trim this back a little bit so I can keep it looking a little bushier. It's getting a little leggy in bits now, and you can see some more coming out here. So there you go. Gardens are really filling up, considering that we had a lot of rain and not as much heat so far as other years, but the plants don't seem to mind. They seem to be doing quite well. A lot of ferns. These ferns are green here on the island year-round, and ferns, some of my favorite plants. This is a vinca. Stays green year-round. I haven't seen it flower either in the previous house that we had, this vinca, and I haven't seen it flower here. And of course we have banana plants coming out here. Now the banana plants are a bit behind. They're probably a good month behind, and they should be quite tall by now. They should be, by the time the summer's over, they'll be about 12 to 14 feet tall, the banana plants here and at the far end of the garden as well. And I'll bring you up to date on those in another video when I'm talking gardens to you. I'm going to show you this other fern that's right here. Isn't this lovely? Lots of new growth coming on it, and it's filling in so nicely this year. So viewers, that's what I wanted to show you today, a little tour of the gardens, and I truly hope that you have enjoyed them. I'm going to switch this just around now and say once again that it's lovely to have you today. Remember, love and joy in 2022, and enjoy yourself, enjoy the summertime. Be safe, because we're hearing a little bit about the COVID starting up again here and there at different places around the world, and so just remember, if you're in a crowded spot and you feel a little uncomfortable, put that mask on again. So until next time, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you the very next time that I do another vlog right here on this Rob blog. So bye for now.